Hi, my name's India Weaver, and I'm a junior at TC Williams. Right now, I'm looking at about 6 schools: University of Maryland, College Park, Temple University, St. John's, Hampton, and Howard. And I'm looking also at University of Pittsburgh. My number 1 school right now is probably St. John's, but the only bad part about St. John's is the price. So I'm looking into like different scholarship things about that. I'm not really sure what I want to do in college. I mean, I want to do something in business, I guess, because that's like, it seems like I'd like it, but I'm not really like sure yet. I mean, that's probably the thing that scares me the most, because a lot of my friends talk about, yeah, I want to do this in college, I want to do this, and I'm like, oh, well, I want to go to college, but I don't really know what I want to do in college. And this summer, I have an internship at a government building called the OCC. So I got that through a class I take at TC, and yeah. So.
What was your first name again?
India Weaver.
Okay.
So I guess like what I have to ask you guys is what should I be worried that I don't know what I want to do with my life right now? Like I have no clue. Like I don't know.
That's why you get to be undecided. You get to be undecided for at least your freshman, if not your freshman and your sophomore year. And that allows you to take courses and to figure out what your passions are and what you're interested in taking. There's also, I'm big on the web and that kind of stuff. And there is a website that you can go to that asks you all kinds of questions. You did that before, where it asks a lot of questions and sort of just tries to help you shape what your interests are. And then from there, it gives you a whole list of what potential majors you can have in college, which I'll be happy to send to Nicholas so that he can give it to you.
I'm a good writer. Math is pretty easy. I don't like science at all. And I mean, I like business, and I'm in Academy of Finance. I like that class, learning about credit and things like that. But
well, you have to do something that you like. Mm-hmm. So clearly, don't do anything in the science field.
Yes, exactly.
But try to get some, experience. You're a junior now, so between this summer and next summer or whatever, maybe you can find different kinds of businesses that will let you even come in and observe. You don't have to make a decision before you go to college. That's like I said, the first 2 years. But the sooner you find your passion, the better it's going to be for you. So, okay?
Not being clear is okay too, because I think the statistics are that the majority of people who go into a field, even when they graduate from college, don't stay in that field. And I was going to tell you the story of my sister. She majored in business, very clear, and then she worked for a while, but she just wasn't in her passion. And she was maybe the extreme. She tried to figure it out. She went into unemployment, she did insurance, everything. Finally, she took a course at Northern Virginia, personality psychology something. And she had to go out and talk to people. And her real field, she thought, was human resources. And that's where she is now. I put her resume in. She's the chief of HR at the CIA. And she just, that's what she should have been. And maybe, I heard you say business and writing. So, when I hear things and I hear little clues, I'd go maybe to the Essence website and look for who's writing on business or the Washington Post. Just email them and say, tell me why you do that. What do you think? What does it take? Because she had to do a lot of investigation. That was the first insight. And maybe that's what you should do too, Find out who's in the field, talk to them. And when she came out of that course, that's all she did was that semester, was just talk to people, determine if I get a master's. And she went back and she had to get her master's in that field to succeed. But she's been like focused, no turning back ever since. And she's just been, clear. That focus, that's it. And you say HR, she is the woman, And I mean, she's certified and international. She's gone places where she couldn't even tell us, I'm with the James Bonds and I can't tell you where I am, And who would think even in that area, HR, I don't think of HR being with James Bond, you know what I'm saying? But it's amazing where things can take you. So just, think out the box and ask what you see, your keywords and everything. Like she said, take it. do the little studies, like, I think those are excellent to find out, and then look for people in the field. And I'll definitely give you my friend's name and number. I know she would love to talk to you.
Don't feel bad about the fact that you don't know what you want to do in college. More than half of people heading to college don't know what they want to do. And but when they get to college, just like I'm sorry, I blanked out your name.
Oh, Cheryl.
Cheryl, well, they said you'll have 2 years to make that decision. And that's how you find out what your passion is. It's like Dr. Hera will tell you, there are people who come to medical school and they want to be surgeons. Not just, they're in medical school already, but then on their first day of elective in surgery, then they see everybody being opened up and they faint. And they say, oh, no, I thought I want to be a surgeon, but I can't be a surgeon anymore. So it's not different. But then they realize this is, I have to go in a different direction, still want to be a doctor. What college allows you, the first 2 years, I'm not officially a college counselor, like I've said in my presentation, but I've worked with hundreds of kids over the years. Well, like you, who come to our lab, and they just like you, they're smart, and they don't know really what they would like to do. But once they get there, then they find the opportunity to take courses, and all of that they find out. I'm speaking to you not just as a guest speaker, but also as a parent. My children were the same. And my oldest daughter went to University of Virginia. And at the end of the second year, so I said, Nika, look, we have to decide what you want to do. And she said, what do you mean? I thought you already know what I want to do. And I said, I don't, because we've not really talked about it around. And she said, I thought you want me to be a pre-med. I said, no. She said, because that's all you've always given me, find me jobs. I said, that's all I know. So, but I said, I'll give you a week. Think about what is your passion. Then after a week, she said, I'm not really sure. I want to be a lawyer, and I also want to be an economist. And I said, I know people in that area. I can talk to, I have friends at the World Bank and blah, blah, blah. So it turned out that she could actually merge the two of them. So she graduated from University of Virginia in economics, and then went to University of Michigan Law School. And she's a very successful lawyer. So, but she didn't know exactly what she was going to do. And but that's how, and my children, all of them, that's how they say, I said, first of all, by going to college, you are trying. So that's all we are asking for you. You are trying. You are doing your best. You are putting your hard work. Figuring out what you are going to do, then your passion, you'll find your passion while you are there. So whether it's in accounting or law or name it, engineering, name it. So, but that's how you do it. So don't feel bad at all. More than half of the kids heading to college these days. Also, a lot of kids like to talk big. So, and it's psychological warfare or psychological bullying, I call it. So they say, well, and you get that at every stage. So when they talk big and say, I know what I want to do. They're in high school already. I want to be a neurosurgeon, which is fine. They may go after that. But many of them actually don't really know what they want to do, like you. But they mask it. But you don't have to worry about it. So take all the courses, look at all the opportunities that are given to you, and don't ever allow any opportunity to go by without actually that come your way, without exploring them. That's how you find out. And a lot of the things, just like I said to you, I wanted to be an agricultural chemist. Then I found out that should be the pesticides. So that's not what I want to do. That's how I found out. So that's my advice to you. So go ahead and choose, but in your choice of schools, this I'll tell you, in terms of where you want to go, you have to go to a school where you feel at home. That's very important. I'm saying this of experience over the years. No matter how smart you are, if Duke is not if you visited Duke and you don't feel that you feel at home there, don't even consider it. Because if you don't feel at home where you're going, you will never do well, no matter how smart you are. That much I'll tell you. So if St. John's, you've been to St. John's and you feel, oh yeah, I can feel comfortable here, and or you've been to Howard or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to inner yourself, don't deny it to yourself. You have to feel at home there. If you don't feel at home there, you'll never do well. It's harsh. It's a harsh advice, but it's true and practical.
I'll give a little example. In my situation, I had a daughter, and she worked with me in my office as she was, and so she thought that it was going to require her to become a doctor because that was my number one wish for her to take over me. But I didn't do that for her. I said, I want you to do what you want to do. And she was happy to have that relief off. And so I told her, I said, get as much experience as you can in whatever areas you like as soon as possible, and see if you have to have a passion. So she went and studied business and went and majored in international business and passed with honors. And it's far away from medicine. The point being is that you need to truly enjoy what you're doing, or else you won't work hard at it. And if you don't know, then get exposure to as many different fields, part-time job over the summertime, or you have to get some exposure to know. But no, you won't know at this young age for sure. Okay, but just seek it. And, what are your strengths also?
My name is David Taylor. I go to TCU as well. I'm 17, junior. And I've narrowed down to like 2 colleges, William & Mary and Liberty University, which is in Lynchburg, Virginia. Not a lot of people have heard of it, but it's actually a Christian college. And I'm planning to go visit this summer. My friend really likes that school. He says it's really, really awesome. I looked at it on the web as well, so I'm pretty interested. And I'm like 85% sure that I want to study, major in kind of psychology counseling area, but I'm not a huge fan of staying in school for like an extra 4 years. But I do like talking and helping like teenagers and different kids as well, because my ultimate goal is to make like a summer camp, like a self-esteem summer camp for teens, and just teach them that they don't have to have a 9-to-5 job their whole life, which is what school teaches us to do, and basically just like take orders from the higher person. They can be that higher person and just own their own stuff like that. So it's kind of what I want to do. But yeah.
A lot about the field of psychology. I have a friend who is I think her major was social therapist. And I know she had to get her master's, and she used to, during her master's, children that they were preparing for court, maybe they had been, attacked by a parent or whatever. I'd like to give you her name and number. She works for Fairfax County, and I think she would be a good resource. I don't know that you can do anything, but it's not my field in psychology without a master's. I've always heard that you have to have a master's, but she can tell you. And I think, you're very clear on what you want to do, so that's very good.
In the work that I did as an educational advisor at the Jack Kent Cooke Foundation, one of the things was being a college counselor to the high school seniors. And we encourage them to apply to at least 5 schools. And it's only because there are many more people applying to colleges. And there are so many colleges out here, but for some reason, the concentration is with a select, a finite number. And so you want to have as much choice as possible. As I always tell my sons, there's no choice in one.
You say that when you visit, are you staying there?
No.
Because I say that because the way I fell in love with Virginia Tech, they had a Black weekend for students, and I stayed there. I went to the parties. I got thrown out of a car in the middle of the street. I was like, I love it, And I know they still have that program, and that's really how sometimes we get a lot of students, because Blacksburg is not for everybody, for sure. But if you haven't stayed there and really, taken in the college life, because I found when I just visited, I only could ask a question on campus. And I'd only ask one question: can you tell me what this business is? I had a building is, I had a map, but I wanted to see, is somebody going to help me? And the 25,000 students, I'm sorry, your child went to UVA, but they were like, it's over there, And Virginia Tech was a lot larger, and they would say, let me take you to it. And that made the difference for me. I just wanted to see, is somebody going to help me as big as it is, and in the numbers? Am I significant?
Well, my name is Morgan Latayad, and I'm a junior at T.C. Williams High School. And right now I'm looking at, my top 2 college choices right now are University of North Carolina and University of Virginia. Of course, that's not the only schools I'm going to apply to, but those are the ones that I really like right now. I guess my passion is math and science. I'm not really entirely sure about what major I would choose to go into, but I guess that's okay. I like engineering and possibly pharmacy, and I guess biomedical engineering, like things that are kind of medically related, but not a doctor, because I don't want to be a doctor. And this summer I'm gonna start applying to college, applying for scholarships too, and maybe do some research, because I guess I need a little bit of experience before I go to college. But yeah.
Any questions?
Not really.
Okay.
I only know a lot of people, so I know my 4th grade teacher's daughter majored in biomedical engineering, and she's local, and I can get the name and number for her. She has a job, and she loves it. She went to Brown University. I don't know if they have a special program. I just know that's where she went, and I used to babysit her, and that's all I know right now. And I know she's had the same job since she's been out of college, and is a biomedical engineer. So.
I haven't looked at really any colleges yet. Haven't really gotten too involved in that, and I probably want to major in something that has to involve with money, like a financial advisor or a tax attorney.
What's your name? What are you thinking about? You're a junior, right? Oh, sophomore. Okay.
11 moves on. Thinking about being an engineer for any company, really, and going to Nova and studying for that, and doing art on the side.
Okay. Thank you.
My name's Luan Boca, and I'm a junior. I go to T.C. Williams, and I guess my top 2 schools would probably be University of Virginia and the rival, I guess, Virginia Tech.
Oh, thank goodness, you scared me for a minute.
I like science. I really like chemistry. I like biology, but I like chemistry more. I'm good in math. Well, calculus, maybe not really, but other parts of math, like, it felt natural to me as well. And I always say I wanted to be a doctor, but mostly I just want to, like, help. Well, like, my parents are from Eritrea, and I really want to, like, go back and, like, help out. Like, it can be, like, medically or, like teaching. I don't know, I just want to help, because when I went there, like, it touched me. Like, my parents had, like, a hard time and everything, and that I don't want those kids to, like, their parents I know are having hard times too, like my aunts and uncles. And I just want to help out. I like to help out. So that's my passion, to help out.
I help in establishing the medical school there. In Eritrea now they have a medical school.
Yeah.
And the person who has been in the vanguard, in the forefront of it, is a guy by the name of Haley Mesgabi.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so see, and even though he's from Eritrea, and he went to high school in Adigra, in Ethiopia. I've been to his hometown too, and all that. But no matter what you want to do, in all honesty, no matter what you want to do, whether it's in medicine or in any health-related area, the sky is your limit. As I've always said to young people, first of all, prepare yourself first. Prepare yourself when you have to go to college, study hard, then find what your passion is. I must also tell you about, since you know Dr. Mesgabi, that his daughter, who happened, unfortunately, to have gone to UVA.
Just want to put that out there.
Yeah. Also was in the same situation, just like any of you. And she said, well, I want to do something, and blah, blah, blah. Well, she actually took, after she graduated from UVA, went to work in Eritrea for about a year or two. And then she came back. Then she said, I think I'll be better off. Now I find my passion. It's law. So she went back to law school. And in her way, just like you are saying, she wanted to just help Eritrea. And she figured that there's legal expertise needed in sorting out a lot of the social issues in Eritrea. And so she found her passion. So this will be the same thing for you. And so don't worry about eventually what you are going to do, but take it step by step. Prepare yourself, study hard in college, explore all the opportunities, travel, talk to people, join student organizations. There are many colleges where they will have psychology student association, where they talk about, they invite experts. There may be social work student organization, no matter what, law school organization. So explore all of them, because they'll bring in people with experience to talk to you. And then you can ask them questions in engineering, maybe. They do all of that. So you are doing the right thing, step by step.
Miss Taylor, I'm 17 and I'm a junior at Hayfield. I have 5 colleges that I want to go to. I'm not sure which one is my number one yet, but I'm thinking about Howard and Bowie State University and VCU. My passions, I really like fashion and I really like art. I've been drawing since I was 3 years old, so that's always been an interest of mine. I love taking classes, I love reading books on it. I always want to know how I can get better at it. So I had originally wanted to go to art school, but I really like fashion. I like fashion merchandising. The industry, how it's always growing and changing, and it's never boring to me. So that's what I want to do.
There was a young man, and I'm blanking out on his name now. He lives here in Northern Virginia. And when he came around, when I was doing the tutoring, and he was very good his interest was in art. He did a lot of drawings. And then he realized that it was in the fashion industry. But to cut a long story short, he found his passion. He didn't go to a 4-year college. He took a year off after high school, worked at, Macy was not there at that time, it was Hecht, the hair company, and Woody's. For those of us who are old, So, and that's where he did his merchandise training. Then after that, he went to design school in New York for 2 years. Well, all I can tell you is that he's very, very successful. I know he lives around here. I have to ask my younger daughter for his name and telephone. I do run into him on and off at different times, and but he's done very well. The other person, again, I don't need to tell the story. Also, that's what their passion was. And as long as you find your passion and you work hard at it and you are successful at it, that is going to give you a lifetime of joy and satisfaction.
From my church, her daughter is a buyer for Macy's. But then she went back, and I think just recently she loved it, but she was in fashion, and she's now working her master's in interior design. So that might be another area as you can still express yourself because of the drawing. And I've worked with interior designer for my home. I mean, it took it to another level that I could not have. So, something else to think about. I would never have thought about the fashion merchandising and moving into interior design, but I know that's what she did, and I can get that for you.